It's Tuesday morning. We have no idea when the donut shop will open. Nothing to see here. Move along. All right. We really don't know when the donut shop's going to open.
Nobody knows when the donut shop is going to
It
open.
was going to be, hey, Beth, good morning.
Good morning, Beth.
See ya, as always. It was supposed to be July,
Yep.
but now I think they've said next month.
Yes. And I don't blame. Trying to get stuff open right now is the stuff of nightmares. We do
Probably
have,
waiting on the health department inspection.
Probably. I wonder if there's anybody from the health department we could talk to. Hello, ladies.
It's called a segue.
That was good. You just lobbed it, and I hit it.
Good job.
Oh, man, that's a hoot. All right, well, we have two delightful ladies from the health department with us today. The Webster County Health Department, not just a random health department.
It's a good one.
The good
We've
one.
got the ones from the good one.
And so introduce yourselves. You can start here, and then we'll go there, and then just let us know who you are and what you do at the health department.
Sure. So I'm Ashley Dedman, and I'm a health educator with the Webster County Health Unit. My main job that I do is manage a federal grant we have called Drug-Free Communities, which is a grant solely focused on youth substance use prevention, but we also do a lot of other things.
Yes. Go ahead.
And my name is Laura Smith, and I'm also a health educator, but I oversee the Diverting to Care project, which is looking at how we handle crisis in our county and how we can do better.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really just keeping people out of the hospital and actually getting them into the care that they need.
That sounds like a good idea because nobody wants to go to the hospital. We all know that. It's very tricky because there's no hospital in Webster County, right? So they'd have to go to Springfield or someplace else, kind of close, I guess. But there is a new clinic. Isn't there a new clinic coming to Webster County?
The urgent care, we're all very excited.
Yeah, that is very exciting.
Oh, who's putting that in?
I don't know a ton about the urgent care. That
Sure.
would be our administrator, Scott Allen. But it's called Fast Doc, and it's going to be in Marshfield. And I feel like it's 7 days a week.
I think that they're starting 7 to 6, maybe.
Okay.
They're gonna pre-open and then change their hours.
Very
But I think
cool.
So they're
Yes.
not like a Cox or a Mercy.
It is not affiliated with one of our local health
Interesting.
systems. It's a standalone, and it's not the first. There are Fast Doc locations other places.
Gotcha. That's very cool.
That is-
Very cool. Okay, so Webster County Health Department serves a large rural area of Missouri,
For sure.
right? And with several different towns among them. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that the health department does, because as we were talking before on air, there's a lot that it does that people don't even know about. So kind of share that information with us.
Yeah. So, sorry, Laura, if I take over, but I have lived in Webster County for over 20 years, and I thought that at the health department you could get your birth certificate and your immunizations.
Yep.
I work there now, and I know, like, we protect so many aspects of health. We talked few minutes ago about restaurant inspections.
Yep.
Our environmental guide does, like, if there is a accident on the highway, on the interstate going through Webster County and food is involved in a truck
Yep.
wreck, that stuff, make sure it's either safe to continue where it's going or it gets impounded, I guess. I don't really know what happens to it, but we have an epidemiology nurse. She follows up on all kinds of things like animal bites, illnesses that are reportable. Our nursing staff do all the immunizations. One thing we get used often, and I didn't know, you can come to our office and have your labs done, and we charge whatever the lab charges. Like, we don't charge you an extra fee. So
Interesting.
for people whose like insurance maybe doesn't cover that well, or if you don't have insurance, we have like at-cost lab.
That's
draws.
awesome.
That's crazy. Vital records. Laura does a lot with vital records.
Yep. We actually go out with our Amish population and we help them with their birth certificates and send
Very
them to the
interesting.
state. Yeah. So one of the things that I do is that I'm a notary, and so
We're like, eat the microphone.
Yep.
I go out with our health ed coordinator,
Okay.
who's a nurse, and she overlooks the paperwork, and then I'm kind of the second eyes, and I get to notarize it. And
Very cool.
Jack just got his notary.
Oh,
look at you,
congratulations on your
yeah.
notaries.
Got to go over and get sworn in, but he
Yep.
did everything else.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's an interesting way to meet a different large population of our community.
Sure.
That's not necessarily people you encounter every day. You know, I guess you do, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of in a different capacity because they live a different type of lifestyle than your, you know, average Webster County citizen. But it is a huge population in Webster County, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and especially on A and C highway.
Yep.
In the state of Missouri, that is the biggest Amish population.
I
that
did
we
not
have.
know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. You learn something new every single day. It's pretty cool, and it's a big rural county, and you know, our population isn't very big, but it does seem kind of spread out to me, and maybe it's not that spread out. I don't know, but it kind of seems like it. And so where is the health department located in Marshfield? Like, what part of town?
We are just east of the square. So
Okay.
if you are like half a block from the courthouse on Washington.
Yep. And they do, like, another thing we do a lot in different counties is we take water samples to go get tested.
Yeah.
That's another thing that can happen at the county, right?
Yep.
Very cool.
I'm
Very
gonna have to have
cool.
my well tested.
You haven't
Yeah.
tested.
I'm gonna, yeah.
I mean, and that's a big thing that people, especially people who aren't familiar with wells, they get tested, and it's very often that they do have coliform in them. It's a little, you'd rather not see E. coli, but there's ways that you can, you know, shock it
Yeah.
and make that situation better, and filters and lights and all kinds of things. But that's definitely something as people move into the area
Sure.
and they're not super familiar with well water, it can be kind of a little bit of a different thing. But
And we have sort of an area like north of Seymour that has a higher concentration of lead
yes.
in their water. And I mean, that's just a filter system can fix that for you, but you certainly don't want to be drinking water with lead in it.
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea to have your water tested for that because there have been pockets of that.
Right.
You know, that's come up on a well that was dug in Rogersville, I know of specifically, where they just happened to hit a pocket of lead, and it's one of those things that it can be fixed, but you need to know about it.
Right.
So it's a good idea
Why
to
couldn't
have
they
that
hit
checked
gold?
out.
You know.
I don't know. It'd be
Oil.
nice to have the gold or
No
oil
lead.
running out of your
yeah,
faucets.
you got lead.
Missouri, like, oh, we have lead and rocks.
Have the whole Jed Clampett thing going on, you know. Hit the oil.
That's funny. Oh, man. But that's very cool. And you both have, is there specific things that you want to talk about what you're doing at the health department?
Yeah. So I mentioned that I oversee a federal grant. It's through the CDC. It's called Drug Free Communities. And my grant is like we receive $125,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
It's renewable for 5 years, and you can reapply for years 6 through 10. So you could essentially have $1.25 million to work all on youth substance use prevention.
great.
So I'm passionate about it. I have a treatment and recovery story from my teens, and it wasn't necessarily the job that I was looking to get into. They were hiring a health educator, and I was working in Springfield. I was like, oh, I'd love to work in town. I have an education background. And they were already working on a grant called Mega Grant, which was focused on medication misuse and medication safety. So that's kind of how I got brought in. And when we applied for this grant and received it, that became my main role. But I just love it. In this past year, we started a youth coalition. So the whole thing is centered around like these community sectors involving people from churches, from school, from law enforcement, and having a community of people that want to work to keep our youth healthy and educated and safe. But this past year, we were able to start a youth coalition, which is the big deal because I can sit and tell kids all day, like, don't do drugs, kids.
Yes.
But I'm a grown up. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So when they hear it from their peers and when they see their peers, like, living this out, that is more impactful than me telling them. So that has been my big win this year.
That's
I've
awesome.
been super pumped. We actually just got back from a week-long conference where we were able to take 2 youth with us, and they were able to learn about prevention, substance use prevention, and things like building resiliency, protective factors, things like that for like with other youth their age. So I think they had fun. I loved it. But we've done a lot of kind of behind the scenes work in the county. We used our grant funding to put the permanent medication disposal boxes. So Rogersville Pharmacy already had one. So we were able to kind of just support them with some advertising things. But we put one in the Fordland City Hall, Seymour Police Department, Webster County Sheriff's Office already had one, so we put one in the Marshfield Clinic Pharmacy. Mm-hmm. And
so
I think that's 5.
That's a place if you want to. Often people have unused medication.
Yes, absolutely.
And what do you do with it? And the last thing you want is it sitting in your cabinet. Maybe a teenager who's curious about things, or even even in like a 10-year-old getting into that medication and then having a huge problem.
There's something like 70% of people who misuse medications got it from their house or a friend's house. Yep. So it's not like that we're out. I mean, and certainly some people are buying it other places, but mostly it's coming from the home. So just helping families in general understand, like, keep this stuff locked up, put up, or throw it away if you don't need it. And the med disposal boxes are a great way to make sure that it's not just ending up in the trash, things like that.
Yeah, because it's not really something you want to throw in the trash.
Right.
And it's not really something you want to put in I've heard this, like, some people, I dumped mine in the toilet and flushed the toilet, where you don't really want to do that.
That goes into the water.
It's in the water supply, so that's not really a safe way to dispose of that. So you can do that at the Rogersville Pharmacy here in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it's right, like, in the vestibule area.
When their little opening area, it is.
Yeah.
And we have through the health department.
You guys are getting some kudos. Beth says Webster County Health Department does an amazing job. Thank you all.
Beth.
Aw.
We have medication disposal pouches too. It's just like a little pouch that you can put the medication, and it can do liquids or patches or things that maybe can't go in the box. But you put a little bit of warm water in there, and it deactivates it. So it actually makes it like EPA approved and safe to throw in the garbage. So
very good to know.
we sometimes do that also if you don't have access to the boxes or getting places, or if you have like. Most of the boxes don't allow you to put liquid medications in.
Sure,
so that's a good resource for liquids. But yeah,
very
I mean, so that's a little snippet. I mean, obviously we do lots of different things every day. Maybe after Laura talks about what she's doing with diverting to care, we have some suicide prevention and mental health stuff
which is a huge it's a huge problem. And you talk to anybody I think that's been in law enforcement, first responders are telling you that they're responding to those calls
all the
often.
time.
Yes. Yeah. Which is a very sad situation. So,
Laura, tell us what you do.
Yeah. So with diverting to care, like I said earlier, it's looking at how we can better handle crisis in our county. What can we do to improve? What steps can we put in place for our community members? And so one of those things was a group of us attended the sequential intercept mapping model.
Okay.
So it's looking through which the sim. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You're using words and I don't know what they mean.
I'm tracking so far.
Okay. I've got a doctorate degree, so,
With this, so the intercepts are through the criminal justice system.
Okay.
So that workshop was looking at what can we put in place at each intercept to help someone during a mental health crisis,
Okay.
or even if with a substance use disorder.
Yep.
And so we were able to look at that data. And then we also hosted focus groups throughout the county. We hosted one here in Rogersville.
Nice.
We've done surveys to get community feedback. We just finished one in May. That one will be our last one for this grant because this grant actually ends August 31st. So it's looking at what are community members really wanting. And so one of the things is prevention, really working on that prevention aspect.
Sure.
And really knowing what resources are out there because there's a lack of knowledge of resources available.
100%.
And so one of the things that kind of leads me into my other thing is that we recently launched a Webster County resource app to kind of help people with access to resources, kind of gaining that knowledge of what resources are out there.
Very cool.
And you can find it in the App Store and the Play Store, and it's called Webster County Resources.
Yep.
Oh, very handy. We'll get that downloaded because that's good to know.
Yeah.
And we talked before. You asked if I run the Rogersville residence page. I am one of the admins on there. There's 3 of us. But I mean, anytime you guys want to share something from Webster County Health Department, please do that because and sometimes when I see those, I like to share them. There's that page, and then I feel like there's Webster County Emergency Management. Is that another page maybe?
Yep.
And I try to share those when I can because sometimes, since we don't have an office here in Rogersville, sometimes it's like getting the information to Rogersville people because they're on this side of the county versus the other side of the county.
Or the other county.
Or the other county, yeah, or that other county over there. Hey, Trisha says, good job, Ashley and Laura. You guys are doing a good job.
you.
You can tell that you're very, passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I sense that you deeply care about your jobs. When someone can just come on
We're not doing it for the money.
Yeah, exactly. We do it because we love it. And, we're passionate about it. But, no, you can definitely tell that because you guys are doing a very good job of articulating what you do and just the different nuances of the county. And I think people think all this stuff is easy, and it's not. It's complicated, and I like that you said that you have surveys out there asking people what they want.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, I just got a note. Scott Allen is watching.
I bet is he the boss?
Yes.
Is he a pretty fun boss?
Ouch.
God.
Island.
No, yes.
He seems like a hoot.
Scott is good times. So.
Yeah, he's a neat guy. He's been on the show before. We've enjoyed that. Anytime he's came and talked to the chamber or something, I've enjoyed that too. He's a fun guy.
He's been on a couple of our different shows.
Yeah, it's very cool.
He's a lot of fun to talk to.
Well, let's see here. Okay, so tell us more now personal things because this is the Waffles. So we like to talk about randomness. Let us know where you live and kind of what you guys like to do.
Sure. So I actually live between Marshfield and Seymour, but we're in Marshfield School District. I have 2 kiddos. They are going into 5th and 9th grade.
Nice.
So I did not plan well. I have to send my baby to high school the same year I turn 40. So I don't know what I was thinking. It's not going to be a good year.
That's a lot. That's big changes. Yeah.
But they both play travel sports, so that's what we do all
busy.
summer
Yeah.
long.
Very busy.
We love to vacation. I like to support our boosters.
Very cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Go to church.
Yeah. Very
Okay.
good.
Laura.
So I actually live here in Rogersville.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So I actually grew up sorta here in Rogersville. So my aunt and uncle used to have a house on I think 187, so kind of back there. And so I spent a lot of time at their house because I was homeschooled.
Gotcha.
And then we actually attended Harvest
cool.
too. So
Very good.
kind of grew up in this area, and I knew when I got older I wanted to actually live here, and so here I am. Yes, me and my husband, we've only been married for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Scott says he's truly a thorn among.
The roses.
Or maybe that's me.
Oh no, that's
Maybe it's
you.
me.
That's you're the thorn. We're the roses.
I'm going to give it to Scott.
Scott gets kudos for that.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate your input as always.
So how long have you? So then you and your husband have been married for about 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep, getting ready to. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Okay, he is the number person. I am not. I am just,
You're just along for the ride.
For the ride.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do know we recently bought our first house about 5 months ago. So I
Congratulations.
can remember that number.
That's very exciting. That is a very exciting moment in life. It's very cool. For
So did
sure.
you graduate from Rogersville? Is this where you went to school?
No, so I was homeschooled.
Oh, okay. I may have missed that part. But.
Yeah. So I have my GED, and then I actually graduated from Missouri State with my bachelor's in social work.
Very cool.
And so, and then now I'm going to school for my master's in public health.
Oh,
That's
boy.
awesome. Very awesome.
Thought about going to get a master's one time. I'm like, I don't want to go back to school.
I also, someone's like, don't you want to get your master's? And I'm like, no.
Why?
I do not.
It would be purely an extracurricular
I
activity.
do not want to do that.
Yeah.
I got out of college as fast as I possibly could. I don't want to go back.
I agree.
Will, what'd you do this past weekend? What's been going on? It's been hot.
Well, it has been hot. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything? Not a lot. Oh, well, my niece, Dory, we had a baby shower for her.
Dory's getting pretty close to having a baby.
Pretty close.
Every time I see Keaton, I'm like, Keaton, I'm so excited for you. And Keaton just looks kind of like,
Shell shock.
I don't know. You guys probably don't know who Keaton is, but he is like the world's biggest lovable adult child,
Yeah,
kind
that
of.
works.
Is that? I
Yeah.
mean, and I say that with like I like Keaton,
Yeah, we all like
but he also is very grown up, but he's also very Keaton too. And
Built his own business.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, he's done. Yeah,
well.
he does it, and he does a great job with it. And he's very entrepreneurial minded. But you can tell he's a little like, oh my gosh, I'm going to become a dad.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
right? Okay, am I catching the vibes right?
Yeah.
And Dory seems cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Like MBD, I got this.
Well, so within our family, there's a little bit of a, I don't know if you call it a joke or just an understanding that basically, I hope this doesn't like insult them, but
I don't think
Keaton
so.
and Dory are kind of like mini Will and Shelby, if that makes any sense. You know?
Yes,
You
it
see
kind of
it?
does. I can
Yeah,
see that.
yeah,
I can
think-
totally see that.
Yeah, you can kind of
Yes.
see that. But and then we Soda City's got their nights. They're open till 10 p.m. now, and so
Which is good because it's been hot.
we're practically residents. My wife.
I
and
think they
so-
live there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went back again, and we went down there. We got down there about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5
Yep.
o'clock, and nobody's there. It was really nice.
That's
it's just
awesome.
like,
Wow.
This is a Sunday.
Yep.
And of course, maybe everybody's at the Ozark Empire Fair. I don't know.
I
But
just realized that was going on
I
when
know.
someone posted that. I had
Somebody-
not heard anything about it.
either, and I was perfectly happy
Nothing.
knowing nothing about it when it came to it.
Yeah, fairs are not my cup of tea. Which I mean, kudos to everybody who likes to go to them, but it's just not my thing.
Like,
Yeah, well,
probably
it could
not
be.
when it's also pushing 100 degrees.
That's my deal. Like,
But that's when we have the fair.
yeah.
It has to be
It's just
I don't
almost
really
100
understand.
if we're
Why
not gonna
were
do
they?
it.
Why did that get started then? Like, oh, it's late summer.
It has been the last
Why?
week of July, 1st of August since at least for 54 years.
And
That's
the,
about how
the
far
Texas
I can remember.
County Fair was sometime in
Yeah.
the pits of hell of summer. I mean, I don't understand it. It's never cool either. The only cool this is July August week is Evie's birthday is tomorrow and she's going to be 11. The week she was born 11 years ago, it was unseasonably cool that whole week. It was like even 50s and 60s
Lucky
at night.
you.
It was crazy.
Wow.
I know. I was in labor for 3 days. I did not enjoy the cool
least it was
weather.
cool.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but that's the only unseasonable stretch of July weather, and then you get into August, and a lot of times it's just miserable.
It's just
but,
dry.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all the grasshoppers show up.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, why are you even here? There's no grass to eat at this point. Grasshoppers.
Well, the fun part of Silver City at night, there's pros and cons. One, not a lot of people there. That's
Yeah.
good. We're big fans of the dining passes. So
Yes.
you buy the dining pass, eat the food. The shows are done. So one of the things we like to go around and listen to little bands and stuff. They're kind of done. So if you like to ride rides, great time because
Yeah.
the ride lines are short. And then if you stick around late enough, there's fireworks and drone shows.
I didn't know there were
okay.
fireworks. I saw something about the drone show.
Yeah, fireworks and drone
That's the
shows.
thing. That's fun.
That's
son would
your
enjoy
secret
that.
tip. Is
Yeah.
Sunday evenings while they're open.
Is
late,
that when they
so
do
much.
fireworks? Is it every Sunday
I
evening
don't
or I don't know?
They were doing it this Sunday. I know that.
Very interesting.
That's about it.
What did I do this week? I don't even know. The heat has melted my brain. I have no idea. I had a good place in Springfield.
Yeah?
Mama G's Kitchen downtown.
Oh, I see that in the Springfield food group. I have not been there.
It's legit.
Yeah. What
So
they serve? What kind of
they
food?
are a soul food restaurant. So I went to this restaurant in Mississippi several years ago called Pearl's Diner, and it's a traditional like meat and three diner meeting. You get like a meat type meatloaf, fried chicken, things like that, and then sides like mac and cheese, potatoes, collard greens, things like that, like true Southern type soul food. And Springfield doesn't really have something like that.
No?
And Mama G's,
do now?
Yeah, it's there.
What is that?
It's Market and some other street.
Like
so
across from the downtown theater.
yes,
Oh.
that's the perfect way to describe it. It's across because we're sitting there in the booth, and Jesse's looking outside real weird because there's big windows, and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" And he's like, I can see like a reflection of the pineapple whip hula girl. And I'm like, what? And like, we're trying to figure it out because it is literally a reflection of a reflection. And it was on the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there it is. So yeah, it's right by the downtown movie theater. It was really good. Really good. And they're open crazy late too. Like, I don't know how late they serve food, but they're open till like 2:30 in the morning. So
Well,
yeah.
downtown, that would make sense.
Yeah, and it's got a bar too in it, but I mean the food was amazing. It was good. It was legit soul food. So
We're just trying to get our house finished.
I know.
That's just what it comes down
You're
to.
getting close though, right?
Yeah, we got
He did a
potentially
huge remodel, like huge.
potentially some depressing news, which
Oh,
we
no.
were looking at the end of August, and I think everything will be done, but our contractor said yesterday, says, I'm not entirely sure. He hasn't told me he's not, but I'm concerned that the cabinets are not going to be ready.
It's like the donut shop. Everybody keeps asking when the donut shop is going to open. I have sympathy for the donut shop people. You know why? It is really, really hard to get projects done right now. I've had 2 different painters come out and bid a project, and basically they both told me that they didn't want it.
Oh, no.
And then, for whatever reason, there's still material delays. I mean, this stuff is not easy.
My contractor's lights out. I mean, he's crazy good.
Yes, and it's like, but you only control what you can control.
So, for example, we walked in Sunday night, coming back from Silver Dollar City, and we noticed that like the doors are brown, but they have these dark brown spots on them in different places, and we're like, that's just weird. I mean, it's dried and everything.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to him last night, and I got my flashlight out, and I was showing him like, they're not there. And he's like, oh, yeah, the guy accidentally grabbed the outdoor paint when he did the touch-up on that, but we fixed it already. I'm like,
Oh, that's awesome.
I
That's
didn't
Wow.
have
amazing.
time to tell him about the problem before he fixed
That's
it.
amazing.
Dang.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
awesome.
Like, meanwhile, my house has not had siding on 3 sides for 2 weeks, and it's going really slow. And I've had the siding sitting at my house for months.
Yes.
It's just the weather and all the stuff got delayed. I'm like, 7 months ago, I wanted siding on my house.
It's bad. It's
should have called my guy.
really hard.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, maybe when he's done.
He's busy right now.
It's hard. Well, and I mean, it's hard to get someone there. It's been really tricky lately. And like you drive around, and I don't end up in Marshfield too often, and I don't know if Marshfield's getting subdivisions like Rogersville is, but you drive around and there's construction happening like everywhere.
Like dandelions.
Yeah, and it's in Rogersville, but it's also in Nixon, Ozark, and Springfield. I mean, I went to the West Side Menards over the weekend, and like there's the new Olive Garden over there, and a Target
Yeah.
is being built, and everywhere you go in this area, there's construction happening, and it's made it really hard for like just normal people trying to do home projects,
Right.
to get their stuff done.
Well,
So I don't know.
that's what it is. But
Okay, let's see. What other things could we discuss this morning? Back to school is coming up quickly. Sorry for
my
everyone.
wife doesn't want to talk about
I
it.
know. The supply and backpack and shoe drive, everything is happening this Saturday over at the FEMA gym at the upper elementary. The local churches do the school supplies. That's a first come, first serve. You'll pull in. It's a drive through. They do backpacks. And that goes up to, I want to say, Oh, it's like 7th or 8th, maybe 8th grade. I'm not 100% sure on that. But and then the PTA will be having their shoe giveaway in the gym, in the FEMA gym, where you can get shoes and hygiene items and some other things. That's always a great event. And the Wildcat Closet will be open, so you can come get some clothes. And PTA and Henderson Lodge partner on that every year. So that's a great thing that's coming up, which is very, very exciting.
I'll be speaking tonight at the Rogersville Assembly.
Oh, nice.
My Tony Award-winning presentation. I'm kidding. About
You want
the
a Tony?
Award
Yeah,
thing,
that makes sense.
Just any day, though. I'm just waiting for that one.
Yeah.
Presentation on estate planning and asset protection.
Very cool. Got some people coming to check that out.
Yeah.
It's always an entertaining presentation. Very good information.
People are surprised at how entertaining it is.
It is entertaining.
I'm going to listen to a lawyer talk about estate planning. Yay.
And then you're like, that's pretty entertaining.
fun.
It's a good story. Yeah.
We have a good time.
And a worthy thing to get, right?
It is. It is.
Yes.
And it's easier than you think. But
Yes, it
anyway,
is.
That's not why we're here.
So, okay, ladies. Well, any parting words? What are things that you want to express to the world out there? Because millions of people watch this show
Yeah.
every week.
We have no reason to believe that they don't.
I would love, and back to school reminded me of this. I had mentioned like we've been doing some work on suicide prevention, which the Rogersville schools, I have been so happy, I guess, excited for them. Rogersville schools implemented teen mental health first aid this past year for all of their 9th graders. So
Good.
we have a couple instructors in our office that teach youth mental health first aid, which is for adults that might be working with or encounter youth. Like just knowing, I noticed something is off with this youth. How could I approach them? What could I say?
Yep.
So I know the district-wide social worker worked really hard with the school counselors and things to get this program implemented. And it'll continue every year. So every incoming 9th grader will go through teen mental health first aid, and they'll
Good.
know how to talk to their peers, which is important. But along with some of that work, we have a program right now called Protect and Prevent. It's online. It's through SurveyMonkey. It is watching 3 short videos about medication safety, firearm safety, and suicide prevention and warning signs. And you just watch the 3 little videos. We have a couple like understanding, like, did you understand the video questions? And when you complete that, you can pick up what we're calling as a home safety kit. So it's a really nice medication lockbox. It has a cable lock in there. It has some of those medication pouches we discussed, and it has some education materials. And we, like, those boxes are in our office. So I have on there a disclaimer that if you can't get to Marshfield by 4:30 to pick your box up, like, reach out to us. We have an email on there. We have a phone number on there. I'll bring them to Rogersville. I'll coordinate some kind of place they could get picked up.
Millions and Beth.
That's who's watching the show. Millions and Beth.
So
We had that type of mental health stuff back in the 80s. We had the Bridge Builders program, which is if you had a problem, they'd help you build a bridge and get over it. And then there was the alternative Suck It Up program.
Yeah.
That was how we dealt
I
with it.
think today's youth are a little bit more in touch with their feelings.
I think so. I think
Yes.
their exposures are completely different.
Absolutely.
Like completely different than it was in the 80s just
They
because
have all kinds of TikTok resources to self-diagnose.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they I don't know, it's a very it truly is a different world. I mean, it really is. And I think trying to apply the methods of the past don't necessarily work just because of how much everything has changed. Because it's changed a lot. And that's primarily because of the internet, right? And kids' access and, just different things, but it has changed a lot.
Well, I think we know a lot too. Like
Yeah.
some of the stuff that we would have like, oh, they're just sad sometimes, and now
Yeah.
we know like, oh, that's actually a mental health diagnosis.
Yeah,
And it's depression. And
Yep.
we didn't always have the information to like put those words to those
Yes.
experiences.
There's a story behind it, but a few years ago, I guess it was 2021, I actually enrolled and took a class at OTC. So I was in their culinary class. And I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day, and I've told several people, I said, when we introduce ourselves, I'm Gen X, right in the middle or older, I guess. But it's like, what's your name? What do you do? You introduce yourself, you tell
Sure.
them your name, and like, oh, I'm a lawyer, I'm a real estate agent, this is what I do. I swear, every one of these kids, these Gen Z
These
kids,
kids.
it was like, My name's, I don't know, Zane, and I have depression, and it's like their introduction was what
Wow.
their mental disorder was. And I mean, I respect all of the help and people
Yeah.
need it, but we've got a little bit of I'm just gonna get it all out there. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
that's good, maybe that's bad, but it's like I want to have
Yeah.
a defect, or I don't
Well,
have
I
any way
think
to identify
I think
myself.
I think it's definitely become whereas I hate to say, I don't know if this is the right way to word this or not, but labels used to be a bad thing, and now it kind of seems like everybody
It's a
wants
badge of
some
honor.
sort of label,
Yeah.
and that is, but that can be all kinds of different
can.
labels, right?
Right.
Of all kinds of different things, and that probably also comes from they're seeing just all of these different. I mean, my exposure to the world as a kid who grew up in Texas County was really limited to the people I was around every day and what happened to be on TV. And I mean, even looking back now as an adult, looking back to my teen and kid type years, I can see there's stuff that I even watched on cable TV back in the day that I probably should have not been watching. And
It's like if you watch a movie with your kid that like you liked when you were
Yeah.
a kid, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is
yeah.
not.
Well, and the other thing too is like a lot of it, what we saw was in a filtered way because okay, if it's on TBS or whatever the station was, like they've taken out the cuss words and any nudity and stuff like that. Like
Every year
Yep, I know where this is going.
We watched National Lampoon's Christmas
knew it.
Vacation.
Yep,
on
yep.
And
ABC,
once you watch
on
it,
ABC
not
Family.
on TV.
We watched the ABC Family version of it, and then you buy it on iTunes, like, oh, there's a little more to this show.
oh, this is a little more. Best that Laura and Ashley could inspect your food kitchen. They're like, we don't.
I actually can't, but I do know a guy.
I do know someone
guy.
that could.
His name is Guy.
His name is Guy. Guy is Guy the tall guy?
Yeah.
He is. I've heard legend of a Guy. My office shares with Time to Loaf Bakery, and they're like, the new health inspector is tall, and his name is Guy. And I'm like, okay.
It's not Guy.
It's not
Nope,
Guy.
he's
It's Guy.
French.
But no, I think I do. I think anytime something new enters the world, we all kind of jump into it and jump on board. And then later on, it's kind of like when they used to think,
Yeah.
it was okay for pregnant women to smoke, and then they're like, well, maybe we
Right.
shouldn't have done that. With technology, kids are exposed to so much that they weren't before. And often in unlimited ways. And I
Right.
personally believe like this is affecting kids' mental
Yeah.
health, their view of the world, this label situation, because
Right.
everybody you're watching on TikTok, and they're labeling themselves too. Like,
Right.
I'm a foodie, I'm a, whatever it's going to be. So they're labeling themselves, and I think kids are seeing that and reacting to that. In some ways, the mental health side of things, we need to do a better job on that. I think
Yeah.
that's been proven in a lot of different
And
ways.
I think that we're still learning so much. I think we
Oh,
know
yeah.
very little about how to deal
Right.
with
Yes.
mental health issues.
Oh, I think so too.
Well-
I think we're going to find a lot of the things that we're doing now are probably wrong.
That's very possible. I
And
mean,
we're gonna
historically,
find-
yeah.
Well, we find
Yeah.
it all the time. I mean,
Right.
I mean, I can look just in my 50 years and go, we thought that was the way to do
Right.
it. That's
Yeah.
not the way to do it. And we would be fools to think that we're any better.
Yeah.
That we,
For sure.
We've got everybody else has always made the decision.
We've got to figure it out.
It's ridiculous, and so we're going to find out some things we're doing. We're not
Yeah.
doing right.
Yeah, that'll
We're gonna
for
do
sure
it.
happen. I mean, it's happened historically all the time. So,
All right.
all
Good
right.
enough.
Ladies, you did a wonderful job. Any parting thoughts? Anything?
Would you ever come back?
Yes, thank you so
Okay,
much for
good.
this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for having us, letting us talk about our project. And I'm going to encourage people, if you don't know what the health department does, check out our website. There's a lot on there.
Yes.
Or just come see us too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And download that app.
Yes.
You have
Do we
cookies.
have
Are there
cookies?
cookies?
Sometimes we have donuts.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Have an open house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea.
Price of admission right there.
And where's the app again? What's the name of the app again?
It's the Webster County Resource.
Webster County
Yep.
Resources.
And it's
Okay.
found in the Apple Store and in the Play Store.
Very cool.
Yep.
That's a great thing. Ladies, you did a great job.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no
Thank
nerves
you so
there.
much for
They
having us.
easily talk.
That's it for the waffle this week. We'll be back next week, I suppose.
We'll hear Ballard next week. Hear
That's
stories
pretty
of his what do you do? Mission trip.
Mission
I'm
trip.
excited.
All right. Stay tuned for that. See you later.